Good afternoon, LC people. Yeah, you've not heard from Dave for a few days, have you? Some of you know that is on my Facebook list. My new Honda got stolen on Monday. Well, early hours of Monday morning, I should imagine. It's been recovered now, and I've been to look at it today. And I'm glad to say they've not cut the ignition wires and tried to hot wire it. I took my keys with me and everything. The bloke says, yeah, you can start. It started up. And the only damage, as I said, is on the steering lock. Obviously, the top yoke's a little bit twisted where they've banged the steering lock off it. Other than that, it's going to be a job for the insurance. I'm not going to get involved in it because by the time I paid for the haulage company that collected it, plus the storage, you're looking about 300 quid for that, or nigh on. And then I've got to get the lock set, and then maybe I've got to get it coded. Waste of time. So I've left it in the hands of the insurance now. They're getting on with it. And so, yeah, I went out on the MT the other day. I went Matlock. It was some of you might know. Didn't see many strokers, a couple on the way back. I didn't post in the forums about them. So what happened with the MT? Basically, it's still on a shakedown. You've got to remember, we sort of finished it last year. And now the V5's all correct. It's all now registered, insured, taxed, MOT'd, exactly as what it should be. And yeah, it's living in my man shed. Quite rightly so as well. A lot of money tied up in this. Anyway, the shakedown, what did it reveal? One of the fans packed up, unfortunately. And I didn't quite get my head around what was going on with it. Now, when we bought them fans, they're for radiator cooling. So they were the right thing for the job. Now, what we've got is, there's a temperature delay. I think the fans kick in something like 83, 84 degrees, but they don't go off until it drops 10 degrees. Now, what I noticed was, it pushed the wind that way, but unfortunately, the bike coming back from Matlock were running at 85 and 90 to 95 degrees all the way home with one fan working. And what I thought was, well, if the wind's travelling in that direction, the fan's pushing it that direction, where's that heat not going to go? It's not going to go anywhere, is it? So I ordered another fan, and then I thought, you know what? Take the fans off of it, put fresh coolant in it, alter the coolant bottle situation, and try it out. And that's what I've been doing today. I don't know if some of you remember, in there we had a coolant bottle. Well, I've got another back pod, and I've altered the situation. There's a very small bottle in there, but it's big enough for the contraction and expansion of the fluids. It's neat, it's tidy, it's out of the way. It's still going back in now, look. They've only just come back not long ago. What was the other thing? I've now got a new sensor for the auto lube. I bought another one of them. So yeah, the shakedown bit, that's that done. There's a run out on the front disc. It's there must be a slight weave in it. You can't feel its speed, but when it's slow, yeah, and you put the brake on, you feel it. So that disc is going to want replacing. Like I said, the sensor for the oil lube, and just basically see how this goes the next few days. Might go to the Vic tomorrow night if anybody's going. But yeah, it's the only bike now. I've not got the Honda into it. And who knows how long that'll be gone for. So no, it's just a bit too hot to be out anywhere for too long. But it's working better now because there's no, how can you say, what's the word? They're not fighting each other. The wind going through front and the fan blowing the other way from the back. Going forward, I'll probably put the fans back on, but I'll get the temperature switch where it says it kicks in and out sooner rather than the fans running too long and destroying them, because they're not meant to run for that long, are they? But we'll get to that. But in the main, yeah, I'm very happy about it. I've not done a lot really. I've got a couple of bikes I'm supposed to look at. But I'm sure I said to the people, just give me a few days to get my head around what's happened on Monday. Because obviously it was a massive shock for me what happened. Never had a new bike before and it gets stolen. You know, I felt very traumatised by the situation. That's the only thing I can say about that. But and the other thing about taking the radiator, the fans off, we had big plates on it, alley plates. Now, aluminium takes a while to cool down, doesn't it? You know, if you work with aluminium, you know it holds the heat. So them extra plates might not have been helping it on the outsides anyway. So with those removed, it seems to perform better. and it cools down when you're riding it. Not like it did when I went Matlock. And you got to remember, I've only sort of been round town. I've had a few blips here and there. Stop at the lights, it goes up a few degrees. Ride it again, it comes down again. So they are actually doing what they're supposed to do. Everything's sort of fine with that now. Well, fingers crossed it is. But a few more days and I'll know for definite. But it's a great bike to ride, love it. Constant improvement, said it before. Anyway, folks, I won't waffle anymore. I've got a beer on. Why not? Anyway, folks, that's it. Thanks for watching. Dilly dilly.